What's up, guys? It's Tyler Rowe here, and today I have a MetaZoo PSA return to go through with you guys. This is probably one of the biggest MetaZoo PSA submissions I have ever done in terms of the value of the cards. I think my biggest one prior to this was, I think it was 11 samples I had sent in, including like Loveland Frogman, Bigfoot, I know there's a UFO, and some other heavy hitters. So prior to this, that was the most expensive and biggest MetaZoo submission I had done. This is probably, this might beat it out. If not, it definitely rivals it. So it's definitely up there with it. But yeah, full disclosure, I do know the grades already. I don't know. I can't help myself. Plus, this submission was running like 2 months behind. PSA also reached out to me because they ended up damaging one of my cards, which is unfortunate because it graded a 10, and I had them regrade it with the new grade that they determined it is, which is a 7. So it went from a 10 to a 7. Which really sucks because I needed the 10 for my personal collection. So now I'm going to have to try to hunt one down. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what order this is in. I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, I got to turn these around. Here, let me get these out. I guess we'll just get it all out first. So that's the first box. And here's the second box. Yeah, it was 31 cards. So typically I usually send about, I don't know, between 20 and 25 cards in at a time because the bulk minimum is 20 cards when they offered that tier. So I usually stick to about that, maybe go a little bit above it, but generally not much. I actually like how they packaged it this time, because usually when I have had more cards that take up, more space than would fit in one box, usually they'll cram the first box. You can see they didn't do that here. So usually they'll fill up the first box, and then I'll have like another box that has like 1 or 2 cards in it. Which makes the slabs a little harder to get out. Oh, don't want to spoil it. And, I've actually had some slabs get damaged that way before, too. So anyway, even though PSA did mess up one of my cards, props to them for at least packaging it nicely on the way back to me. All right, so we're gonna start here, because I think this might be the beginning of my submission. So yeah, let's find out together. Yeah, and again, guys, I do know the grades, so this is not my raw reaction at the grades. However, this is the first time I'm seeing these cards in person, and the first time that I'm able to add any of these to my personal collection, which is pretty neat. All right, anyway, first card. And if it is what I think it is, it's a big one. Ooh, okay. Not the one I thought it was, but here we go, guys. So, yeah, I'll probably spoil it with the title of the video, but in case I don't, it is a Genesis submission. So for those of you that don't know what the Genesis cards are within MetaZoo, they correlate to the NFTs. So yeah, MetaZoo released, just some NFTs of certain beasties, 17 different beasties. And so they're like this 8-bit pixel style, and the NFTs actually they have like an animation. So I think this guy, like, his wings flap a little bit, and like he kind of bounces up and down a little. So pretty cool. Yeah, they look a little like old school retro, which I really dig. So anyway, PSA 10 on the Bat Squatch. Definitely needed that for the PC. That one is out of 25, so yeah, there's only 25 of them. Yeah, it's looking like they didn't put this in any particular order, so definitely not my submission order. So yeah, we're gonna be getting these at random here. Oh, there we go. So there is a Jersey Devil PSA 10. Massive, massive card. One I was definitely hoping to get in a 10. I think this might actually be my favorite Genesis card. So I did send in more than one of these. I actually sent in 3 of them, which is it's the biggest. It's the hardest NFT card or Genesis card that I went into in terms of money spent, just because I wanted to really increase my odds at getting a 10. And yeah, Guote had some. Ooh, okay, Hoop Snake PSA 10. Yeah, the only PSA 10 I had prior to this was the Chupacabra. So yeah, all of these, any 10s I get other than that are ones that I need. So a lot of these will be going to the PC. Some of them will be for sale, like some of my dupes will be for sale. So if anyone's interested, reach out, let me know. Tyler O Collects on Instagram, or a lot of you actually know me on Discord too. Which my name on there is Nioku, Nioku. But yeah, reach out on my Instagram or Discord, whatever. Some of these will be on eBay, so if you see them on eBay, message me there as well. Yep, so there's another Jersey Devil, and yeah, as I was saying prior, yeah, I sent in 3 of these so I could really increase my odds at getting that 10, and luckily we pulled off more than 110. So now I have some trade bait. If anyone has the Quets or Flatwoods, those are 2 that I really need. That I don't have those. So if anyone has like PSA 10 of those, or even like raw or whatever, any Quets, Flatwoods, Sinkhole Sam, Mothman, River Dinos, which I might have a lead on that. And then there's one other one, I think GG Bird. Yeah, GG Bird. But yeah, Guote, I got lucky because yeah, Guote did have quite a few of these. Actually, this is where I got all my JDs from. Oh, yeah, there's my other one. So I got 3 10s. So every JD I sent in did get a 10. This one's really cool because it's 1 out of 25. But I actually did get this one sent to me from MetaZoo, because if you owned the NFT, there was a certain, or by a certain date, you could redeem them for the promo cards. So I owned one JD and I did redeem it. So they sent me this promo card. And yeah, the other 2 I got from Guote, because Guote was running a bunch of Genesis that I guess the ones that didn't get redeemed for that MetaZoo still had. They said they were going to burn them. Clearly that didn't happen, which I'm kind of glad about, because it just gives me more of a opportunity and chance to complete the set. So yeah, it all kind of worked out. They didn't really have, I think they had like 1 Flatwoods. I don't remember seeing a Quetz, so for some reason those ones are just you just can't find it. Okay, Hodag PSA 9. Yeah, I think they had 1 Sinkhole Sam, which that one's serialized out of 10, so only 10 copies exist. Hodag PSA 10. Definitely one of the harder ones to grade. Usually the centering is like really bad on these Hodags. So whenever I saw like a decently centered one on Quote, yeah, I was pretty selective about it. But whenever I saw like a decently centered one pop up on the stream, I would kind of fight for it. So yeah, I did get lucky with that because, like I said, usually the Hodag is pretty badly off center. Oh, there's my River Dinos in a 9. Not the one that was a 10 and is now a 7. Joint Snake in a 9. And interestingly enough, there are 0 of these in a PSA 10. And prior to this submission, there were no 9s. So you are looking at the highest graded Joint Snake at the moment, because there were no 9s before this and no 10s exist. Yeah, I remember Guo had quite a bit of Mothmans too, because I know there was one person who owned like a bunch of Mothman. There you go, another Joint Snake. So I got 2 9s. So these are the only 2 9s to exist. Yeah, kind of crazy. I don't know, one was looking really clean, so maybe I'll be crazy and crack it and try to resub, get the 10. But I don't know, it's not looking like it's that easy to do on the Joint Snakes. Yeah, I remember one person had a bunch of Mothman and another Hodag PSA 10. And sorry guys, I have like ADHD. It's hard to tell stories while also going through these at the same time. But yeah, I remember someone had like a bunch of Mothman and no one had heard from them in a while. Within the NFT groups for MetaZoo. And I remember when the redemption, around the redemption time, I think we were keeping tabs on like who had redeemed, who hadn't redeemed, like, etc. I think this one person, I forget how many they had, but they had a lot. And I guess they didn't redeem because Guo ended up with, 9 Mothman out of 16. I know One Up Trading Co. / Crazeballin in the community ended up getting 1 of them. And then the other remaining 8 actually got backdoored to 6 Toa, I believe. So yeah, 6 Toa scooped up the remaining 8. Still need to get one from him at some point. But, oh, this is a huge one. This is Squonk PSA 10. The only one that currently exists. This is Pop 1. I believe 11 had been sent in prior to this. So 12 have been graded in total. I think the other 11, they might all be 9s. Or most of them are 9s. But none of them got 10. So this is the only PSA 10 Squonk from the Genesis set. Yeah, so definitely a huge hit. Because yeah, the current gem rate is like 8% now with this. See, I can't complete the set without that. So technically, well, I don't have the remaining cards, like the other cards that I need. But technically no one can complete a full set at the moment. Even if they had all the other cards, because that's the only 10 that exists. Sewer Alligator PSA 10. Another massive hit. Serialize that at 25. Yeah, I think it took 6 months for this submission to come back, so it's wild seeing them in person again, and also just doing as well as I've done on this submission. I definitely did better than I thought I would, better than I expected. So yeah, very fortunate for that. Yeah, Salem's Witches, this is just such a cool card. Just love the colors on that one. Piazza Bird, PSA 10. Definitely needed this for the Piazza Bird Master Set that I am trying to go for, or PSA 10 Master Set. Trying to get every Piazza Bird related card in a PSA 10. So this puts me one step closer to that goal. Yeah, massive hit. Yeah, I remember when this card first came out, people were thinking 10s would be impossible to hit. They're actually easier than you would think. I think gem rate's maybe like a 50% right now. But if you'll notice, if you look at the top where the border is, like where the hollow ends, there's like some scratching, like some hollow like underneath the surface layer or the top layer of the card at the top there. And that's on every Piazza Bird. I mean, it might look like a little bit different from Piazza to Piazza, but every Piazza has it. So people were thinking that 10s would just be impossible to get. Yeah, like here's another one, right? So this got PSA 10, and you notice this one actually has it. Yeah, it's right there, but it's different, right? Because the other one was more like just the top border. This one's got like a little speck there, like in the hollow, and then like right there. So yeah, every Piazza has something like that. But I remember Argos, I think Argos graded the first PSA 10 Piazza Bird, and he ended up selling it, I think around when he was getting out of MetaZoo. So yeah, but that was a wild auction. I think it ended up selling for like $2,000, which is just crazy. But yeah, these are looking so good. Yeah, I'm really glad that I didn't have the same issue with the slabs on this submission that I did with the last one, or my last video, my Kickstarter submission. Yeah, all these slabs are looking really clean. So yeah, I definitely would rather take the hit on the, if I had to take a hit, I would rather just not take any. But if I had to take one or take a hit on something, I would definitely prefer to take the hit on the Kickstarter submission than the Genesis submission, that's for sure. Yeah, GG Bird PSA 9. Only had one of these. This one is, I think gem rate's like 25% on this or something. So, yeah, not an easy one to grade. I remember there were a few of these that popped up on Quote. I don't know why I only ended up with one of them, but I did. I only got one. Kind of wish I got more. I think because what they ended up doing was running them in bundles, and I had spent so much money on the Jersey Devils and like the other out of 25 cards, like or serialized out of 25 cards. So I was kind of maxing out on my budget. So yeah, I didn't really have much in the tank for all the bundle deals that they were running on the Genesis towards the end. Another Chupacabra PSA 10. So this will probably be for sale because I already had one of these. So if anyone, like I said, if anyone needs any of these, reach out, let me know. But yeah, I wish I had scooped up some of those bundle deals. I think I also just missed some of them because I just was not on the stream at the moment when they were running them. But yeah, some people got some crazy deals. And yeah, some of those bundles had GG Birds in them. which in hindsight, yeah, I wish I got more of. But anyway, this got an 8, so this one was interesting to me. I don't know why it got an 8, and I'm not going to stall on it too long for the video. Oh, you know what? It's hard to... Looks a little worse in person, but it has like a little mark up there to the left of the light. I don't know, I'll have to look at it more closely. So yeah, maybe that's why I got an 8. Because I'm not really seeing anything else. It's very subtle though, very subtle. But yeah, I mean, if PSA sees like an indent in the card or something, usually that'll knock it down quite a bit. If it's a crease, I think it just automatically gets knocked down to a 5. Yeah, these just look so cool, guys. I think this and Hero Quest are probably my favorite mini sets in all of MetaZoo. Yeah, the Genesis mini set and Hero Quest. I think that they're just the most unique cards in all of MetaZoo. Beautiful Salem's Witches. Followed up by another beautiful Piazza Bird. Oh man. Looks like something's in the slab. I'll have to see if it's on the card or if it's just in the slab. But that is... It's annoying when that happens. I think this might have been the Piazza I put at the end too, if I remember correctly. So I think it was, in my eyes, I think it might have been the what I considered the best looking Piazza Bird. So I don't know. I might get that reslabbed just because I think I was wanting to keep that for my PC. Oh, this one. So yeah, this is one that I got sent because I redeemed the NFT for it, and they sent me 100 out of 100 Piazza Bird. Now, I knew this one wasn't going to get a 10 or a 9. Yeah, I just knew it wasn't going to do too hot because MetaZoo, they sent them like really... They packaged them like shit, to be honest. Yeah, they threw the promos, which the promos came sleeved. They just threw them in a little cardboard mailer thing. And that was it. Just like no protection. So, yeah, they didn't top load them. They didn't put them in card savers. So yeah, it was really unfortunate that that ended up happening to this one because 100 out of 100, you know, it's the only one that has 3 digits on the left and on the right. So it's kind of unique in its own way. And unfortunately, I think it got damaged during shipping. But honestly, I was expecting worse, so I can't be mad. At an 8, yeah, I think the only damage is that little lip there. Everything else looked really good, centering everything. But yeah, I thought I was going to do worse just because sometimes PSA is a little more harsh on or about stuff like that. But yeah, this one's definitely staying in the PC for sure. Just because it's kind of unique in its own way. And also I have the 50 out of 50 rug promo. So I have 2 bookend Piazza cards, which is pretty cool. Another PSA 10 Piazza Bird. Yeah, honestly, I could, if I just had a full submission of just these PSA Genesis promos, I wouldn't be mad about it because it's one of my favorite cards in all of MetaZoo. Got a Bigfoot PSA 10. Definitely needed this one. Yeah, also, if anyone has any Genesis, other than the ones I listed earlier that I for sure need, just if anyone has any raw Genesis, I'm always just looking to, I don't know, I just like buying Genesis. I love the set, like I said. It's one of my favorite sets, mini sets of all time that MetaZoo did, so yeah, I'm always a buyer for any Genesis cards. Yeah, another Bat Squatch PSA 10. Another Sewer Alligator PSA 10. Ah, there it is. My River Dinos PSA 7 was a PSA 10 until PSA did something that messed it up. What did they even do to it? Let me see. I'll have to like really look at it off camera. Probably, but I think when I was looking from the scans, I think okay, there it is. Yeah, I think it was, I remembered it was something on the back. Yeah, my lighting isn't the best to show you guys at the moment. Yeah, it's like right there. I guess they did something during the slabbing process and it left like a mark on it. There's like scratches. I think it looks like kind of like little indents. I don't know. Oh, wait. No, hold up. Never mind. So, okay, I think it was two different things. So on the scan, I didn't see that at the bottom left. Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, that... I mean, yeah, they fucked up my card, so it's annoying either way. I was going to say, that's not too bad. I'm like, huh. I'm like, damn it, my phone ran out of storage. Anyway, yeah, if it was just that, then I'd say maybe like an 8, but now I see where they really messed it up. So, yeah, and honestly, with that, I don't know, 7 might be a little generous. Damn, that sucks. My poor River Dinos was a 10, got reduced to a 7. I think they gave me like $200. I don't know, they valued the 7 at 50 and the 10 at 250, so they gave me the difference as a refund. But yeah, this is what I needed for the PC, so that's unfortunate because yeah, I still need a 10. Had a 10 for 2 seconds till they fucked it up. And now I need a 10 again. PSA PSA 9. Yeah, I had quite a bit of PSA just because, like I said, I love PSA. And another 9. But yeah, that's all she wrote, guys. That's my Genesis submission. So yeah, long video again. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below, what was your favorite card in this submission? What do you guys think about the Genesis mini set from MetaZoo? What is your favorite MetaZoo mini set? Yeah, just let me know. What are your thoughts, guys? Or if you guys are interested in anything, you can also comment that down below and we can get connected. or if you guys have any Genesis available, the same thing. I would just love to hear back from you guys, get your guys' thoughts, and yeah, that's all I had, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I tried to make this a short video, but in my typical style, I ramble and drag it out as I'm doing now. So anyway, appreciate you guys who made it till the end. And yeah, I got another crazy video that I'll be making next week. It's actually a part of a collection that I purchased, so I'm gonna be going through it with you guys. It's pretty crazy, just stuff you don't really ever see pop up, especially in the way that I got it, which will be more clear when the video comes out. But yeah, stay tuned for that, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.